What's going on, everyone? This is Zak Shahid, broadcasting live from Shahidville, the great city of Columbus, Georgia. It is time, y'all, for another live Zak Fact. Hopefully you guys have been having a great day on purpose. We are continuing with the book review of The Science of Getting Rich. And tonight's topic, guys, is the advancing man. The advancing man. So Facebook is building this audience out, and I appreciate Facebook doing that. So as you guys pop in, leave me a comment below. Let me know where you guys are living in from. Give me some thumbs up, some hearts, so I know you guys can hear me, see me clearly. What's up, Felicia? What's going on? Laura is here in the building. Welcome, welcome, my friends. So yes, today's topic, we are continuing with the science of getting rich. Today is chapter 15, The Advancing Man. If this is your first time tuning in to me doing this book review, you can go back and watch all the previous videos that I did on this book, guys. I highly recommend you go back and watch the videos. I also recommend that you download the book yourself and actually read the book, The Science of Getting Rich, guys. This is a book that my mentor, Robert Hollis, recommended that I read. So I just been sharing the value to everybody that I can share it with in order for you guys to achieve whatever level of success that you want to achieve. What's up, Sarah? Sarah's here. Tim is here. What's up, Tim? Yolanda's in the building. Welcome, welcome, my friends. Esther, what's up, Queen Esther? Queen Esther has shown up in the building, y'all. So yeah, guys, if you want to get a free copy of the book, you can go to facebook.com/groups/dominate social media. Can somebody please put that in the comment stream for me? Facebook.com/groups/dominate social media. If you want to download this book for free yourself, guys, and you definitely want to download this book. So let's jump right into it, guys. Facebook will continue to build this audience out. As you all pop in, just leave me a comment and let me know you are here. Tonight's topic is the advancing man. The advancing man. All right. So what I got from this chapter, guys, is something my dad taught me years ago, right? Something my dad taught me years ago, and I tagged him in this video, so hopefully he pops in, right? Because he probably doesn't even remember that he did this and he taught this to me, but I never forget. I was around, I think, like 7 or 8 years old, right? And my dad brings in his index card. And on the index card, he wrote on the index card, oh, thank you, Lord, for posting that. He wrote on the index card, the more you learn, the more you want to learn. The more you read, the more you want to read. So my dad brings in this index card, and he hands it to me. He said, look over this, post it on your wall, and just understand that you are always learning, okay? It is your job as you are growing up to always learn, right? Because the more you learn, the more you want to learn. So in this chapter, Wattles talks about, guys, in The Advancing Man, that it is your job to always learn. It is your job to advance yourself, to always be growing. Okay, what's up, Chris Ford? It is your job to always be growing, guys. Always invest in yourself. We all have heard, about investing in the personal development, growing yourself. But my dad taught me that years and years ago, guys. In every personal development book you read, it talks about how you have to continually invest in yourself so you can grow. Okay, so you can grow. So this chapter, The Advancing Man, that's the first thing I got from it was that my dad handed me the index card saying, hey, the more you learn, the more you want to learn. Because, guys, let's be honest. One of my good friends, Hazik Ali, always says, if you're not growing, you're dying. Okay, if you are not growing, then you are dying, guys. So, and listen, you all have seen that person, right, who has totally given up on life, totally have given up on their goals. They are no longer invested in their personal development. And it's like they're just stuck. Okay, they're stuck because, hey, if you're not growing, you're dying. Okay, if you're not growing, you're dying. So one thing that I love that we say in my current company right now is that I am a student always. Okay, type that in the comment stream, guys. I am a student always. You are always going to be learning something new, guys. There's going to be always some new information you can learn. There's going to be always something that you can learn from somebody else, right? So you are a student always. I remember my mentor, Robert Hollis, telling me, you should go around and really look at people and research their rags to riches stories, okay? He said, what's up, Desiree? What's going on? So he said, look at their rags and riches stories, right? And he said, the reason why... Hold on, guys. He said the reason why you want to do this is because you can see, remember how we talked in previous chapters, guys, about if there's evidence that one person can do it, you can do it. So my mentor, Robert Hollis, said, hey, guys, listen, go make it your duty to study people's rags to riches stories. So you can see how somebody else may have had some of the same challenges that you may have had, and then you look at how they overcame it. Okay, look at how they overcame it. Because guess what? If they can go through it, if they can go from broke to riches, then guess what? You can do it as well, right? And I remember him telling us, guys, you got to look at it like, hey, we all know if God is no respecter of person, if it can work for one person, it can work for everybody. So he said, go look at people's rags and riches stories and then say, hey, how can I learn from that person? How can I implement what that person did into my own life so that way I can go do it myself? And my mentor, Robert Hollis, he's like a prime example, guys. If you guys don't know his story, Robert Hollis was dead broke. I'm talking about dead broke, no money, got injured on the job, could not work, was getting, the benefits coming in, the injury benefits coming in. But guess what? When that money ran out, it was like, hey, how am I pay my bills? Okay, how am I take care of my son? Everything was going wrong for him. But guess what, guys? He found him a mentor that he can learn from, and that mentor taught him the skill sets he needed in order to overcome. And now my mentor, Robert Hollis, multi-millionaire, and has also produced 51 other millionaires. Okay, so guys, you just got to understand, listen, you are a student always. If you are not growing, you are dying. Get around people who are growing, guys. Don't get around people who are just set in their ways and stuck in their ways. Okay, you have to get around people who have big visions. If you're around people with small visions, guess what's going to happen? You're eventually going to shrink your vision, because you're hanging around the wrong people. So guys, surround yourself with people who have huge visions, people who are always learning on a regular basis and understand the importance of advancing themselves. Okay, because your creator created you so that way you can advance. He wants you to advance. And I'm going to read you something in this chapter later, guys, where it talks about why he wants you to advance. So, all right, so if you're not growing, you're dying. I am a student always. And then next thing I want to go over, guys, as I was reading this chapter, my internet auntie, Keisha Bass, she said something on her Facebook Live today, and I was like, wow, that is awesome. Everybody needs to hear that. Guys, listen, this is what she said. You will never stop spending money on your education, okay? You will never stop spending money on your education. She was like, hey, there's so many people out there that they're looking for ways to not spend money on their personal development, right? They're asking themselves, when will I have a chance to stop spending money? When will I have a chance to not, hire a coach, not hire a mentor, not buy, this next personal development course? Guys, if you understand that you're a student always and that you are trying to advance, you are always going to be investing some money into your education. So you might as well get used to it. You might as well get used to it, guys. It's just like, every single day you have to eat something, you have to drink something, you have to put on some clothes. It's going to happen anyway, right? So just understand, if you want to advance, guys, in your life, in your business, whatever it is, you're going to continually be buying stuff. Okay, it's going to have you get closer and closer to that goal. There is no running away from personal development. There is no running away from investing in yourself. The moment you stop investing in yourself, remember, if you're not growing, you are dying. Guys, this is making sense so far. Type in the number 1 in the comment stream. Let me know if you guys are getting value so far. Type in the number 1 in the comment stream and make some thumbs up. Go across the screen. So yeah, guys, you will never stop being an investor in yourself. Okay, never. It's going to continue for the rest of your life. Because just like I told you, my dad said, the more you learn, the more you want to learn. And also, guys, the more you learn, the more you can give back to everybody else. The more you can give back to your audience. Because remember, we talked about yesterday, guys, the way you become attractive is by you giving value to other people, and they can feel your confidence. They can feel your knowledge. They feel like everything you're learning that you're giving back to them, you're trying to help them increase their life. Okay, so the more you learn, guys, the more you will always be able to help other people. All right, and the last thing I got from this chapter, guys, and then I'm going to read some of the highlights that I actually highlighted in here, is one thing that my good friend Zak Shahid always says, right? So we talk about the advancing man. You always want to advance yourself. So at the end, we have a daily affirmation call every single day. Every single day we have a daily affirmation call where we speak our I am statements, every single day. And, we just energize ourselves for the day, right? But at the end of every call, my good friend Zak Shahid always says, either your mind has to expand to match your goals, or your goals will shrink to match your mind. I'm going to say it again. Either your mind has to expand to match your goals, or your goals will shrink to match your mind. Guys, when you think about that, right? So many times in life, we set these big goals for ourselves, right? We know that we're going to attain these goals, and then something happens, right? Something happens when we get that one seed of doubt in our mind. And remember, one seed of doubt and you're out. So we get that one seed of doubt, we start doubting ourselves, and then guess what we start doing? Instead of us expanding our mind, becoming creative, trying to figure out, what can I learn more? What skill set can I learn more to go out and attain that goal? What we start to do is we shrink our goals to match our mind. But guys, when you go through this book and you read the book and you understand the power of your thoughts, and whatever you hold in your mind every single day is what you're going to bring out into the world. Guys, you have to make sure that you are continually expanding your mind, continually expanding your goals. And the only way you're going to do that, the only way you're going to advance yourself, guys, is by investing in yourself on a regular basis and understanding the more you learn, the more you want to learn. But if you don't do that, guys, then guess what? You are going to shrink your goals to match your mind, and then you're going to start saying things like, you know what, I'm comfortable where I am. Maybe I don't need that 8-bedroom house. Maybe I don't need, the Maserati. Whatever it is, guys, whatever you picture in your mind, when you start shrinking your goals, okay, to match your mind because you're not thinking right, you have limiting beliefs in your mind, you have stinking thinking. Once you start to shrink your goals, guys, that's when you get comfortable. You should always be doing something to stretch yourself out of your comfort zone. And guys, if you're stretching yourself, listen, learning is going to help you stretch yourself. Learning every single day is going to help you make sure that vision stays big and you don't shrink your goal to match your mind. It's time to get rid of that stinking thinking, guys, and understand that, remember, God is no respecter of person. If it worked for one person, it can work for you. He wants you to advance in life. Okay, he does not want you to shrink your goals. He wants you to make sure you go hit your goals. But the only way you're going to go do it, guys, is after you eliminate that stinking thinking, you think about it, then you put into action, put into action everything in a certain way. Remember, we've been talking about a certain way every single chapter. The only reason most people have not achieved their success right now is because they're not thinking in a certain way, they're not acting in a certain way, they're not speaking in a certain way. And if you want to advance in life, guys, you have to make sure that in a certain way you are growing every single day. You have to invest in yourself. All right, so let's go through a couple of things, guys, that I actually highlighted in this chapter, and then I want you guys to go back and read the chapter for yourself. Okay, and again, you can get the book for free inside of Dominate Social Media. Just go to facebook.com/groups/Dominate Social Media. So guys, one of the first things I have highlighted in this chapter is if you can give increase of life to others and make them sensible of the fact, they will be attracted to you and you will get rich. If you can give increase to the life of others, guys, remember, you want to increase somebody else's life by giving them value. And when people feel like you're giving them value, it will attract the right people to you that will ultimately, if you help them get what they want, they will help you in turn get what you want. All right, so that's the first thing I had highlighted. Next thing, guys, form your clear mental vision of what you want. Form your clear mental vision of what you want and begin to act with faith and purpose. Okay? Form your clear mental vision of what you want and begin to act with faith and person, guys, and purpose. Stop letting the outside appearances shrink your goals. Understand, if you set your mind that you're going to get something, go out there and get it. Guys, and if you really think about this, right? If you really think about it, anything you have ever wanted in life, when you wanted it really, really bad, when you was like super passionate about it, right? You've always went and made it happen. You made it happen. You figured out a way to make it happen. You manifested it in your life because you know what? You said, hey, I want this, so I'm going to make it happen. And I challenge you guys to go back and think of a time when you told yourself, I really want X, Y, and Z. Whatever X, Y, and Z is, and you went out and made it happen. You were passionate about it. You learned new skill sets to go make it happen. Whatever it is, you surrounded yourself with the right people to go make it happen. But whenever you really wanted stuff, you always went to make it happen, right? All right. Next thing, guys. The man who is merely a good workman, filling his place to do the very best of his ability and satisfied with what is valuable to his employer, and it is not to the employer's interest to promote him. He is worth more where he is. Now, guys, understand this paragraph right here, right? So my dad has always told me also, my dad told me a lot of things y'all can't tell, right? My dad taught me a lot of stuff. He didn't think I was listening, but my dad taught me a lot of stuff. So in this paragraph right here, it says, guys, the man who is merely a good workman, fulfilling his place to the very best of his ability and satisfied with what is valuable to his employer, and it is not the employer's interest to promote him. He is worth more where he is. See, sometimes, guys, people get stuck because they're just in their comfort zone. They're okay just doing a great job at their job. There's nothing wrong with doing that because like we talked about yesterday, whatever job you have, when you're at that job, you want to make sure you're doing your job, right? But what my dad has always taught me, guys, my dad has always told me this. Any job that you have, it is the science of getting rich. You can go to facebook.com/groups/dominate social media so you can get the book for free. So my dad has always taught me, Zach, any job you have, okay, you are not just on that job to make your boss rich, okay? He said you are on that job so you can learn skill sets that you can apply in your life later on down the road. So he said learn everything about that business. Learn all the ins and outs, how to do P&L statements, how to buy the products. Learn all the ins and outs so one day you can do the same thing in your own business, okay? You can create your own legacy. So my dad has always taught me that, guys. And in this book, he pretty much has told you in this chapter right here, unless you start to learn this stuff, okay, wherever you are, learn all the skills. That's the only way you're going to be able to become rich in your business is by learning the stuff that they hired you to do, okay, at your job. Learn this stuff, guys, and apply it into your business. All right, next thing. The man who is certain to advance is the one who is too big for his place, and who has a clear concept of what he wants to be, who knows that he can become what he wants to be, and who is determined to be what he wants to be. See, guys, if you've ever seen somebody with big goals, right, they were certain from day one that they were going to get it. And there was nothing that you can tell them that was going to stop them from getting it. There were people trying to discourage them, saying they couldn't do it. But guess what? They knew without a shadow of a doubt, okay, that they were going to do it and nothing was going to stop them. They have a big presence when they walk into the room. They have a certain confidence they exude when you see them, right? Because they know that they're going to achieve anything they put in their mind to achieve, okay? All right, now, this was a huge, guys, this one right here is huge. When I read this in the chapter, I was like, wow. And this goes back to what we talked about. God is no respecter of person, right? If it can happen for one person, if one person, guys, can be the evidence that they can go from rags to riches, it can happen for you. And it says right here on this page of the chapter of this book, it says God cannot help helping you. God cannot help helping you. If you act in a certain way, he must do so in order to help himself. God cannot help helping you. If you act in a certain way, he must do so in order to help himself. God will not turn back on his promises. Understand that, guys. He is not going to turn back. He is not a liar. If he said he's going to do it, he's going to do it. And guess what? If he made it happen for one person, guys, understand, all you have to do is do things in a certain way like that other person did. The only reason you don't have what that other person has right now is because you are not doing things in a certain way to get it. And that person did. That's the only difference, guys. But once you start to do things in a certain way, guess what? Things will start to move in your favor. Things will start to happen for you. But you have to do things in a certain way. There is no way around it. There are no shortcuts. Okay? You have to do things in a certain way, guys. And then things will start happening for you. Things will start advancing in your life. But until you understand this concept of doing things in a certain way, by thinking in a certain way, speaking in a certain way, acting in a certain way, it's not going to happen. Okay, it's not going to happen. So you got to make sure you are a student every single day. You are learning from the documented people that can help you get there. Look at other people's rags to riches story and understand, guys, if it worked for them, it can work for you. So, guys, that's all I have for this chapter. Listen, we only have one more chapter, right? One more chapter. Uh-oh, hold up. No, I missed something. Guys, here it is. There is no such thing possible in the universe as lack of opportunities. There is no such thing possible in this universe as lack of opportunities for the man who is willing to advance in life. There is no lack, guys. Remember, we talked about that in previous chapter. There is no lack. There is no lack. There's only abundance. There is no lack of opportunities. The only lack is you're not doing things in a certain way. And until you start doing things in a certain way, things will not begin to move. But once you start doing things in a certain way, watch how things start to move in your life. So guys, tomorrow is chapter 16. We're wrapping up. We are wrapping up with the science of getting rich. It's going to be a conclusion of the science of getting rich. And I really truly hope you guys have gotten value from me doing this book review. So tomorrow is really the last day of me doing chapter by chapter of the science of getting rich. And if you guys missed any of the previous videos, guys, all you have to do is go inside Dominate Social Media. All the videos are in there. You want to make sure you also download your free copy of the science of getting rich by going to facebook.com/groups/Dominate Social Media, guys. We're going to give you the free ebook, and we're also going to give you 8 hours of audio of my mentor who is also breaking down the book. So get inside, get plugged in. Guys, I challenge everybody to share this book with everybody you know. Share it with everybody you know. Add them into the Dominate Social Media group. Tag them in the post, guys. Tell them to read the book if they are serious about having success in their life, their business, their family, whatever it is. Tell them to read the book. I'm telling you guys, my posture has changed since I read this book, okay? Things been moving. It's been seriously moving, guys, since I read the book. So I'm going to look. I thank my mentor, Robert Hollis, for really, forcing me to read this book. Because he told me a year ago, Zach, read the book, study the book, then implement the book. And I was hard-headed. Okay? So, guys, don't be hard-headed. Do things in a certain way. Okay? So read the book, guys. Really study it and implement what you learn. All right? So I'm out. Get plugged inside of Dominate Social Media. I look forward to seeing you guys there. Download your ebook, guys. Let me know what your favorite chapter is. Tell me your testimonies from reading the book. Let me know, guys. I'm out. Peace.